Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good evening, good morning, good night, good day, wherever you are, good afternoon, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So today guys, we are going to be talking some business talk and how you can stand out in business if you're a service provider, an influencer, or a business owner. So I have been in all three of these spaces and probably more if I give myself a little bit of time to think in terms of entrepreneurship, and I wanted to talk to you guys about standing out. I think that it can be really difficult to find your individuality, find your purpose and your passion as a business owner or whatever one of those spaces you fit in. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. As promised, I told you guys we're going to have some more business tea on the way because you guys know I've officially made my platform for all of my business coaching and business mentoring, Fruitful You Coaching. I really feel like I've kind of cracked the code on manifesting and entrepreneurship and fulfilling your purpose and, creating a career path for yourself and figuring out, what you can do that's going to align with you spiritually and in business. I think that I've worked for myself so many times and so many years in so many different venues. And I think all of that has allowed me to really kind of know the ins and outs of being a healer, doing healing work. But also even before I was doing healing work, I was in spaces of entrepreneurship. So we're going to be talking about how you can stand out in business. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. If you guys are interested, check down below in the description box to see where you can book business sessions with me in 1 hour business consultation, content packages, 5-week mentorships for business, whatever you want to get into. Also, I'm doing social media and website audits. If you want to get someone else's opinion on your websites and your social media platforms, and if you want me to let you know how you can elevate those things, and you can check that out as well on the website. So yes, I appreciate you guys and I thank y'all for supporting me on this new journey. The Fruitful You course has been such a hit and we're having another one in September. So the business coaching is fully underway. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So the first thing that we're going to get into is being a service provider and how you can stand out to your clients. So the reason I'm saying stand out to your clients is because as a business owner or an influencer or a service provider, when you fall under one of those three categories, and I feel like those are all the categories in entrepreneurship, a service provider is going to be someone that is providing services. So you might be doing readings or some type of coaching. You might be doing nail services, hair services. You might be doing interior design services for people. When you're doing a service for someone, when you're giving them a service, when you're providing some type of activity or service for them that they don't want to do themselves or that they don't have to do themselves, when you're giving them that service, you are a service provider. So when you're trying to stand out, you want to stand out to clients. You want to be able to stand out to people that you're going to be in service of. So you want to be making sure that you're showing yourself as someone that is going to be the best at providing these services. So as a service provider, when you are trying to stand out, you want to make sure that you are really capitalizing on the luxury of the service or the simplicity of the service, whatever that is for you. What is different about your service? That's the most important thing. If you're a service provider and you're just posting different pictures of you in your outfit every day when you go to work and you're wondering why you get any clients, that's not really showing anybody what is so special about the service. Are there free goodie bags? Is there a loyalty program? Do you play music? Is there a free massage for like a hand massage or like a neck massage? Do you have like the eye mask for your client? And this is just, I'm thinking literally about lash techs right now, but if you're a nail tech, you could also have little goodie bags. You could have some type of scrub. You could have a certain playlist. You might have lights strung up in your studio space. You might have some incense burning, some candles in there. You really want to showcase the benefit that a client is going to get from working with you. Someone that is looking for a service, you always want to put yourself in the shoes of the person that you're trying to impress, right? Because that's who you're trying to stand out to. So you always want to ask yourself, if I was looking to get my hair done, or if I was looking to get my car detailed, even if you're looking, if you're a private chef and looking for, someone to cook for you or whoever, you want to know what that person will be looking for. So put yourself in their shoes. If you were looking for different services and you wanted the best of the best, or if you were on a tight budget, or if you were looking for something very lavish, you also control who you attract. So you have to think, if you're thinking of budget, you're going to attract people on a budget. If you want to attract luxury clients, then you have to think, if I was a luxury client, what would I want? So it's not enough to just put yourself in the shoes of your client, but you really want to put yourself in the shoes of the specific type of clientele that you want to attract. So be very, very specific about what you want to step into. I always think adding low cost freebies into your services is a great way to stand out as a business. So offering coupons, maybe with every other service, you can have like a little coupon book that they can flip through and, take a coupon out. That would be something really, really cheap to get made, but it would be super, super cute, and your clients would definitely really appreciate it. Like I mentioned, doing loyalty programs or having, snacks and waters for your clients. When I was a hairstylist, I would always have waters for my clients and have snacks for them if I could, but definitely you want to have waters for your clients. I always had a playlist going, do you have good conversation? Can people come and just get a quiet, service in a relaxing environment? Are you in a very chatty, busy salon, like a salon that everybody used to go to? Is that the type of vibe that you want to be in? Like, hey, if you want a girl's day out, if you want a real spa day, in a nice salon, then this is the type of environment that you want to step into. But if you're looking for something more low key, then you might be more suited for, something else. So it's important to make sure that you are capitalizing on every way that you can kind of appeal to the type of specific client that you're stepping into. I think clients like to know that they're appreciated. Clients don't want to see you bickering and going back and forth with people. Clients don't want to see you having pages and pages of really extensive, over-the-top policies, and let me say this too. If you're a service provider and you feel like your policies have to be so
nitpicky because you keep coming across different type of clientele or clientele that you don't want, raise your prices. Raise your prices, or take some time off and work on some models and get better. Okay? Because if you're really good at what you do, you should be able to not come across so many BS clients. And if your prices are at a certain level, you're not going to come across those BS clients too. So these are things that you can do to be able to raise your prices. Standing out doesn't mean be the cheapest one on the block. Standing out means be the one with the best value. If someone is going to spend $300 on something, but there's so much that comes with it and it's very, very valuable, they're more likely to pay that $300 than pay $150 for something that they know is going to break down on them or not really be what they want. People always say you get what you pay for. Okay, so if you want to stand out and you want to charge what you are worth and charge what you are comfortable with and be able to live off of what you are charging, honey, then you want to make sure that you're not necessarily just dropping your prices to try to appeal to an audience or having a sale to try to appeal to an audience. You really want to dig deep and showcase the benefit of your services. Now, I'm going to recommend a few things that you guys do social media wise. And the great thing about this is that if every one of you listening to this does this verbatim, it's going to be different because you all do different services. You're all in different industries. And even if you're in the same exact industry, you're bringing something unique to the table. When I say, what do you bring as a service provider? What can a client expect from you? Everyone is going to say something different, even if you're all hairstylists or you're all lash techs or you're all chefs or you're all doing readings or you're all, doing content or whatever. Doing content services for people. It's always going to be something different. So you have something unique to bring to the table. So get out of your own head and stop thinking that it's not personal enough or exciting enough or unique enough. Then you make it unique. Pull those unique things out of probably things that you're already doing. Sometimes we don't really think it's a really big deal, the things that we do. If you come to your appointments 10 or 15 minutes early every time to be set up and, greet your client, you might not think that's a big deal. But if you do a reel or a TikTok about you preparing to meet your client and say, this is why I get there 10 minutes before my clients, or the benefits that I've had from, coming 15 or 20 minutes early to my appointments, a client is going to see that and say, you know what? This person gets there early. My last couple of, appointments haven't been really going the best. This person is giving me the right time management. I know I'm going to have a nice, swift service. That is something that someone is more likely to sign up for, So you want to make sure that you're listening to those things and you're being mindful of those things. And I always say, if you're a service provider, look at what clients are talking about. Clients are more vocal than ever online. So you can see what people are complaining about, what people don't like, what people do like. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that. When you see these viral posts going up, look in those comments and see what the clients are complaining about, and you're going to be able to know. But yes, something else that you can do to stand out as a service provider is be very, very knowledgeable. Make make sure that you know as much as you can about what you're going to be doing. Figure out how you can learn different things, research, and never stop learning, never stop getting better, never stop evolving. Add in a couple of different services every month, switch it up, do some different bundle packages. Always be elevating and changing, and figure out different ways that you can improve the services that your clients are getting. If you recognize that your clients are needing a touch up or needing to be reserviced every 2 or 3 months, then maybe you can automatically set that up for them, or make sure you let them know the importance of following up and doing those different things. It's your job as the service provider to kind of help them understand the full benefit of what you're providing, so they can get the full benefit and really be like, wow, this is great, I'm going to recommend this to everybody. It's the same reason why after a chemical service at a hair salon, they're going to let you know, make sure you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this. And if you do have a bad experience, then there's a chance that you weren't given those ground rules about what you should do, how you should prepare to maybe step into your next session, or how you should take care of this on your own. So you really want to make sure that you're kind of fulfilling the experience from front to back, from top to bottom for your client. You don't want your client to leave and have questions. You don't want them to leave and not really know what's coming next, or what they should do, or how they can get in touch with you, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? You really want to make sure that you're able to fulfill those needs of your client, and even go through a session for yourself in your head, like from top to bottom, from start to finish. What can you think that a client would want? What type of questions do you think that a client would ask for? If you want to create, a little FAQ sheet to have maybe on your desk, or even on your website, or on your social media, just catering to the client experience and making it a very, very enjoyable one, and figuring out how you can really hone in on those things and make it your own. Now, the things that I've mentioned are not things that no one has ever done before. These are things people know about. Loyalty programs, people know about the goodie bags, people know about, saying, hey, make sure you book your retouch. But what are you going to do to make these things unique, and what are you going to do to make things different? I think it's important to not see it as something that's just like, yeah, you can just come and get your hair done. See it as a luxury spa day experience. Like, start taking more pride in what you're doing. Start taking more pride in the experiences that you're giving, and really see it as something that can, just be more, something that can just serve someone in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want people to come to you for one service and realize, wow, this service has benefited me in other ways. This service has allowed me to do this. It's allowed me to do this. So you can serve more than one purpose in someone's life. A lot of people keep going back to the same nail lady, or the same hair person, or the same car person, or they recommend someone, and the work may be subpar. I'm not saying have subpar work now. The work may be subpar or a little less than perfect, but the experience is top tier. People will work with you because the customer service is good, because you have great policy, because you have great energy, before they'll just come to you because there's a really big price tag on it, or a really low price tag on it. So it's really important that you just hone in on the fact that what you're giving, that experience, is not going to be able to be replicated anywhere else. Okay, so if you're a service provider, really focus on the experience. Make sure that you look good when you're going to meet people, that you're presentable when you're going to connect with people. You know what I'm saying? I recently had a homegirl tell me that her therapist got on the session with a bonnet, that she's been having like these virtual sessions with her therapist, and the therapist has been getting on the sessions with a bonnet. Service providers, I hope y'all ain't doing that, And this doesn't mean that you always have to be beat down to the ground. You just want to make sure that you're making it look like you care, and you're making it feel like you care, because clients know when you care, and they know when you don't. They really know when you don't. So make sure you care, and don't be doing something that you don't care about. If you're in the service industry and you're doing something that you don't care about, you might as well go ahead and hang it up, because people can tell that you care. And those businesses that really stand out are the ones where they are backed by someone, or they're run by someone that is paying attention to that little detail. They're paying attention to every little thing that their client is going to experience, so they have a full, well-rounded experience. That's something that's really important to me in working with my clients, and that's something that's always allowed people to come back to me. And I've always been able to have a regular clientele. Now, in what I'm doing, and even before when I was a hairstylist, when I was in cosmetology school, I had regular clientele. When I was in my first shop, I had regular clientele. When I was doing hair out of the studio apartment I was staying in, I had regular clientele. Everywhere I moved, every new city I picked up and moved to, I established regular clientele very quickly because of the experience, I didn't play no games. I was a businesswoman. I'm not playing no games, running off on nobody with no deposit, not answering, not being ready, not having my things clean. I always was set up and be ready before my clients came. I had a bathroom that they could use. It was nice. It was clean. I would put my cats away, unless someone said that they didn't mind my animals being out. I would just put them away just, off rip without somebody even asking. And when I was doing my hair at the time, I would make sure that my space was very, very nice. So you don't have to be in a super, super expensive salon, because I've been in a very high-end salon and I've been doing hair out of my kitchen. And both of those times I had a coin coming in. So it doesn't have to be super, super, super over the top. It's just about the experience, creating a beautiful experience, being genuine and showing that you care. So yes, those are a few things that you can do to try to stand out if you're going to be a service provider, or if you're a service provider already. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments down below, service providers. Next, let's go ahead and talk about influencers. So influencers, when you are trying to stand out as an influencer, you want to try to connect with partners. You want to try to stand out to partners. You could also possibly want to try to stand out to maybe people that are going to support you, but the partners are the people that matter, because if you're going to be getting paid as an influencer, you want to stand out to partners. You don't want to just be the girl's girl that everybody can follow and see, because you're not getting paid for being a girl's girl. I don't know if people are really getting paid for views like that anymore on these apps. They've really made it difficult for you to make money on these apps nowadays. So the money is going to come from partnerships. It's going to come from people saying, hey, I want you to wear this. I want you to influence your audience to shop with me, to shop with us, to support us, or what have you. So you really want to make sure to survive as an influencer that you are going to be appealing to partners. So you really want to make it, known how you put yourself together. You really want to make it known what you like, what you dislike, and why your opinion matters. Because there's a lot of people that share what they like, their faves, and people don't run and, buy these things and sell them out. There's a reason that Keith Lee isn't, certified as a food critic. But that young man is a food critic, honey. You can think about it. You can say it is or ain't, but he is a food critic. And there's probably food critics that have been in school for this and that have been doing this overseas for years, you know what I'm saying, that people don't even know about. But people don't want them at their restaurant. They want Keith Lee at their restaurant, because he's able to appeal to partners by doing great reviews, by having, great expression about what he's experiencing. And this also goes in any type of influencing. If you're wanting to be a food critic, if you're wanting to be an influencer about lifestyle, if you're wanting to be a travel influencer, if you're wanting to be a beauty influencer, if you're wanting to do lifestyle stuff, if you're wanting to do relationship stuff, if you're wanting to do spiritual stuff, whatever you're trying to do, if you're trying to get paid to represent brands as an influencer or a content creator, you want to make it known that you can sell. You want to make it known that you can persuade people to buy what you're buying, to wear what you're wearing. You want to put your outfit together so good, people are like, where is your jewelry from? Where is your hair from? Who does your nails? Where did you get your outfit from? You know what I'm saying? You want to be taking great pictures. You want to be taking great videos. And you want to be very personable online. You want to be very friendly. And you want to be someone that people can trust. You don't want to be super, super bougie. You don't want to be really, really fake. I think that's a really, really big thing, and I think that's why I've been able to maintain an audience for so long and grow my audience, because I'm very, very authentic. I think that's probably one of the top reasons that people are here. The top reason might be just to look at me, because I know the looks get a lot of people in the door. But the second reason has to be that I'm authentic. You might click on it because I'm beautiful, but you stay for the word. You stay for the word, you know what I'm saying? So you really want to make sure that you have something that's going to make people trust you, that's going to make people want your word, that's going to make people want your opinion to count when it comes to who they're shopping with and who they're purchasing with and who they're buying from. So you really want to make sure that you're being very, very authentic. I think a great way to do this is to just be very real and transparent about what you're experiencing. That's really how I started Pageant Queen Pixie. I was being real about my life. I was being real about what I was struggling with. And I wasn't saying, try this because I'm getting paid to say, try this. I'm saying, try this because, I was crying all night and I couldn't, get my mind together. And I was really, really having a breakdown. But I tried this supplement and it totally changed my mind. It totally changed how I process things. And it helped me in this way, in this way, in this way. I'm able to be transparent and open and vulnerable about how things help me and how I grow and how I'm able to connect very deeply to the things that I'll share with you guys. I'm never just like, oh, this is kind of cool. You know, the things that I'll share with y'all are things that are important, things that I feel are significant, things that I feel could even be life-changing for me. So I think it's really, really going to help you. You know, I have passion about what I'm doing. I care about what I'm doing. And that makes all of the difference when you're an influencer. Because a lot of influencers, they get paid to sell something. They're just going to sell. And if you look in those comments, you'll see a lot of people saying, what's up with all these ads? All you're doing is selling stuff. I liked it a lot better before you were doing a bunch of ads, you know, and that's what you don't want, because partners are going to see that and they're going to say, nobody engages with her ad content. Nobody likes when she's trying to sell stuff. When she's trying to sell stuff, it gets no views. Nobody is trying to buy that stuff or hear that stuff. People only want to hear her when she's shaking ass or talking mess or being crazy or doing whatever or whatever else you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And not to say those things are marketable, because they are. You can be very marketable online, shaking ass and doing all those things. But you also want to be mindful of who you're trying to be marketable to, because you're going to have brands that reach out to you to sell stuff. It just might be questionable things, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to be selling clothes and beauty products and jewelry and things like that, you have to be mindful of what you're putting out there. If you want to get certain deals where you're able to do like fitness stuff, if you're not really doing any fitness type of content and really showing, you know, how the leggings fit, how the sports bra is so supportive, how it helps you run better, how it helps you feel more supported, it helps your back support or what have you. If you're not really getting into those things and you're just showing your workout, how do you expect someone to really look at you and be like, okay, this is someone that can represent my brand? Now, someone might still say that, but you want to be having that revenue come in. And when you can show people, here is my engagement, here is what happens when I post something and say, y'all go buy it, it sells out. Here's what happens when I do this. This is what happens when I do this. When you're able to do that, you're able to really, really bring in the partners and bring in the dough. So you really want to kind of create an image of yourself, or just a perception of yourself as an influencer, as a brand ambassador, as a representative of a brand. And you're first a representative of yourself and what you believe in, and what you support and what you like and what you follow, because that's going to be the foundation for the things that you actually use in your life and the things that you actually have as a part of your life. So that's what you're going to be selling, and that's what you're going to be trying to, you know, push to people. So you want to make sure that that's something that you love, it's something that you care about, it's something that's real and authentic to you, and that's always going to make you feel the best, because people can tell when it's fake. And if it's fake, then you're just going to be accepting money for everything, and people are going to recognize, okay, this person is not trying these products. And also too, you might end up trying something that ends up being really, really bad, you know, and your audience might be like, dang, we trusted you, you said this was good, but clearly you wasn't drinking this, or clearly you weren't using this, or clearly you didn't really, you know, see this through, because this couldn't have been what you recommended all of us to go out and try, you know. So you don't want to get money hungry. A lot of people will say, oh, I'll send you this, I'll send you this, I'll send you this. You also don't want to get too, you know, drunk off the free merch, because everybody will send you stuff for free in the beginning to promote, and there's nothing wrong with that. But after a few of those deals, after you're able to show that you get engagement on those type of posts, and after you're able to show, this is who I work with, this is how I promote them, this is what these videos do, these videos are still getting views. After you're able to show that, then you can say, hey, I'm going to need X amount of dollars for a feature, I'm going to need X amount for a feature, and kind of get into that. And I'm going to do another video for you guys about pricing and, you know, pitching and all of that. We're going to get into all of that. But right now, this is just about how to stand out. So those are a few things you can think about when you're trying to figure out how you can stand out as an influencer. Remember, you want to appeal to the partners. You want to appeal to the partners, and you want to show that you have a community of people that appreciates you, that trusts you, that believes in you, that has faith in you, and also that's motivated by you, that's inspired by you. Because if you're an inspiration to people, then of course they're going to trust you. If you're motivating people, then of course they're going to basically, you know, feel like you have the keys, or you have some knowledge, or you know what works. So that's basically the type of mindset that you want to be in, and make sure you're able to stand out. So the next time you get cute, make sure you tag where you get your stuff from. That's something you can do. Just start to tag the pieces that you're wearing. If people ever ask, say, oh, I got it here. Even if you do a video and say, hey guys, this isn't sponsored, but oh my gosh, I love this. People love that. I know the girls, y'all always see girls saying, oh, this isn't sponsored, y'all, but I love this. You know why everybody's doing that now? Because it gets them sponsored content, because people are able to see, wow, this person didn't even get paid for this, and look at all these comments, and look at all these views. So please, a commercial is a commercial. So you can even start doing that. Like, y'all, this is a sponsor, but I love getting my jewelry from this place or what have you. You can even show yourself shopping, show yourself putting together certain things, or whatever kind of influencer you're trying to be. Bring your audience in to the process with you. Get them invested in the process, and of course, take them along the ride, and give those links and those tidbits along the way. You also can create an Amazon storefront if you just kind of want to get the ball rolling and start to direct people to what you're going to be selling and what you recommend. That's a great way to start getting in some coins. So that's something you can do as well as an influencer. Amazon storefronts are always a great way because there's so much stuff on Amazon, honey. You can literally become an influencer of anything, just promoting what you're seeing on Amazon and representing those different shops. So yes, that is what we have for standing out as an influencer. Let's go ahead and wrap up with standing out as a business owner. So this is about appealing to customers, and customers are a little bit different than clients, because when we have a client, we're providing a certain service, but a customer is typically about a good. They have something that they want, and it ain't necessarily got nothing to do with you. They just want the good. They want the good that you have. They don't really want you. They just want what you're selling. So you want to make sure that you're able to attract to customers. So I have been in a few different industries with customers, and just being a business owner selling stuff. I believe the first thing that I sold or tried to sell was merch, and did nobody buy it because I wasn't nobody when I made that damn merch. But after the merch, I partnered up with someone and we had a skincare line. So this was basically my opportunity to kind of sit back and learn how to run a business, because I really was not really familiar with selling stuff and the shipping process and the website and setting all of that stuff up. I was, however, very, very good with selling product. I was very good with sales. I just wasn't good with the behind the scenes stuff. So I think as someone that's going to be selling products and working with customers, you want to make sure that you become very, very knowledgeable about what you're selling, but also the process of it. Before you even get into it, make sure you're going to have good shipping, make sure you have good packaging, make sure you're putting your money where it needs to be, make sure you're investing in something good. You really want to have a good product. That's one of the best ways to stand out as a business owner, because unfortunately, when you're a business owner, it doesn't really matter what your face looks like. It doesn't really matter if you can trick people into buying it, because eventually people are going to request their money back and talk about how bad it sucks, and eventually it's just going to be a joke online, on whatever scale that may be. You know what I'm saying? It might be something small, or maybe something really, really big. You don't know what level you're going to get to, so you want to make sure that you're just always investing in good quality products. This does not mean spend a whole bunch of money, but don't just get the first thing you see on Alibaba. Don't buy the first thing that you see on the Amazon wholesale, website. And when I say Amazon wholesale website, there is no wholesale website. You literally just type in wholesale behind whatever you're looking for. And that's going to be how you're able to find things in bulk. If you're ever looking for things in bulk on Amazon, Alibaba and AliExpress are also two websites that people use to get any type of anything made for cheap from overseas. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, then get into it how you want to get into it. But read the reviews for these businesses. Most people are using vendors nowadays. 99% of people are using vendors. We do have a few starving artists out here that are still making things by hand themselves, but a lot of people are getting stuff from vendors overseas. And even if that's just your containers or even your packaging, there's all kind of things, your labels, there's a bunch of different things that you can get from those websites. But just do your due diligence. Look at the reviews, try a few things out. Do not just buy something and start shipping it out. You really want to give yourself the best chance of a successful, great product. So that may look like trial and error. So be patient. Business owners, be patient. I know that can be really hard because you want to get your products out. You don't want the season to pass. You want to get it out. I get that. But you have to be patient, because it's better to wait a little bit longer and have it be close to perfect or something that satisfies you than know that there's something that can be fixed and not fix it. And I'm not saying just doubting yourself. Ask yourself, is there something you can do better with the product? If there is, then do something better. If there isn't, then go ahead and put it out, because sometimes we're going to just doubt ourselves silly. So you don't want to drive yourself crazy. If you can do something to elevate what you're doing, then do that. If you feel good about it, then feel good about it and move forward. But the good thing about it is you'll be able to learn from your customers what they like and what they don't like. So getting customer reviews and listening to your customers is something that's very important. If your customers ask for a certain scent, or they ask you to use a certain thing, or they ask for something in non-scented, or they ask for you to whatever, you don't have to do everything that they say, but it's important to, take those suggestions. So maybe doing like a customer suggestion box, once a month, where you take a suggestion from a customer or a bunch of different customers and you let people vote, and maybe that's how you bring on a new product, or maybe that's how you do giveaways or what have you. You really, really, really want to show that customer appreciation, and you want to make sure that your customers matter. Kind of similar to when you're applying something for a client, because of course you want them to feel special, but it's not so much about selling yourself. You're really trying to sell that product, and you're trying to get them hooked on that product, whatever that may be. So you want to make sure if there's a way that you can better that product, that you're doing it. You want to make sure if there's a way that you can give them that product that they love in a different color or a different whatever, that you step into it, and that you make it inclusive. I think inclusivity and just making sure that whatever you're selling can appeal to a bunch of different people is a great way to stand out as a business owner. Now, this doesn't mean go crazy and have size triple S to 7XL. That's not what I'm saying. You don't want to go broke trying to include everybody and trying to have every color and every scent, but you do want to have something that can appeal to most people. So if you are going to be selling clothing, then you want to make sure that you have something that might be a little bit bigger than a large, or a few sizes bigger than a large, but you don't have to have every size that's bigger than a large. If you're selling clothing, you might want to have a small, maybe an extra small. You don't need all the triple XS's unless you're specifically doing something for petite women or specifically doing something for plus size women. If you're just trying to stay in the middle with something, then you want to make sure you're truly staying in the middle, because staying in the middle and appealing to most people can get very expensive. If you're like, well, what if they want this, or what if they want this? You're not trying to appeal to everybody, and you don't have to appeal to everybody, because if people want something, they're going to buy it. If you decide to sell something in white or black, people will buy it in white or black. When the iPhone came out, you could get that thing in white, black, or silver. That was it. It wasn't 15 colors like it is now. Sometimes stuff is in a whole bunch of colors, and sometimes it isn't, but people are going to buy it and compromise if there's something that suits them. So maybe you can have a neutral color, something really, really bright, and maybe something that contrasts, maybe like a nude or like a darker color. And that could be, how you try to appeal to a little bit of everything. Now, again, if you're trying to do something that's all pink, then you still have to find those, little niches in there. So maybe you do different shades of pink or different hues of pink, but there's always a way to do something specific, but also still give yourself a little bit of range. So don't be too constricted with what you're doing, but find that sweet spot to where you're not stressing yourself super, 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 super wide, okay? And that's gonna look different for everybody, but try to find that sweet spot so you're able to just find that audience. Because think about if you end up, like, let's say for example, you're making alphabet necklaces and you have something for every letter of the alphabet. You're gonna forever have to get something for every letter of the alphabet. And ain't nobody buying the U's, ain't nobody buying the V's, ain't nobody buying the W's. There might not be a lot of people buying a lot of these letters, and you're gonna have a lot of stuff left over, but you decided to appeal to every letter of the alphabet, versus you just doing the most popular letters, or versus you just doing something for air, water, fire, and earth signs. There's only 4 options there, so that might be something that appeals to, more people that you're gonna come across, So that's something to be mindful of. You wanna have options, but if you don't want to have too many, because customers are not about to scroll through all of that. They want it to be something where they can see what you got going on, get into it, and move forward. It can be very overwhelming for some people for you to have 48 shades of every lipstick. That can be a little overwhelming. So you want to have range, but you don't want to knock the people over the head with the range. You know what I'm saying? Also, adding things to your packages. If you need to put any how-to guides in there, don't just have that stuff on your website. Put it in your packages as well. That's something that a lot of businesses are doing, but all businesses are not doing it. So just because you see everybody else doing a thank you cards and the coupon codes, you do the thank you cards and the coupon codes too, because it works. Some things everybody does, it don't make no sense. But some things everybody does is because it works. You want to have packaging that's beautiful. You want to have packaging that makes people feel happy when they open it and when they receive it. You want to spray a little perfume in there, or put a little potpourri in there so it smells good. You want to make sure that it's packaged very securely so nothing is broken or all over the place when it gets there. You want to be able to communicate with people regularly when you're having your customer service and things like that. And all of those things will help you stand out, because that will be the proof in the pudding when people go on your website, when people go on your social media, because they're going to see those reviews. They're going to see if people are in the comments like, where's my order? Or I've been emailing y'all. They're going to see that. Anytime somebody leaves a question under my apothecary page, I always respond, I always share, I always, message them back because I'm selling something. On all of my other platforms, I'm not really too pressed about comments, but on my apothecary, I want to show up as a business owner that's hands-on. If someone sends me an email about an order, I get back to them. If someone needs a refund, they get into it. So having good business practices is going to be great. Even if you feel like it's not making you stand out yet, it's good because it's showing yourself that you're a good business owner. So showing up for your job every day, working at your business every day, being, focused on it every day, that's another way that you're going to be able to stand out because you're showing yourself that you are a business owner, that you're taking it serious, and that it's really a part of who you are instead of something that you're desperately trying to be. And also something else that you want to do to stand out as a business owner, pay very, very, very close attention to the needs of your customers. If you're able to anticipate the needs of your customers, you will be able to make so much money you'll never be broke again. Seriously. Never broke again. This is the real NBA, never broke again, okay? If you're able to anticipate the needs of your customer in the fall, in the spring, in the summer, right before the summer, when the summer ends, when the winter comes around, when the school year comes around, when you're able to anticipate those seasons and research those timelines and know what your clients need, it changes the game and it allows you to always be in a space where you can give something that they're going to be in need of. You don't ever want to sell something where people are like, I'm not really in the mood for that. You want to be selling stuff that people cannot live without in this moment. They need this in this moment, and big businesses do this all the time. Whenever something's popular or something's coming up, they'll sell, and promote in a specific way, saying the specific thing about whatever's trendy or whatever's popular. You can do the same thing based on the needs of your customers. So make sure you're paying attention to what your customers are needing, the stuff that's on your explore page, and the overall desires of your customers. Whenever you're posting stuff and selling, what's selling the most? What are people saying? Are people saying, hey, I use this before I get out of the bathtub, I use this first thing in the morning? Then that might help you know, hey, I have a lot of customers that use this in the morning. I'm going to come out with a morning bundle. I'm going to come out with an AM bundle. I have a lot of clients that use this because they're trying to detox. I'm going to come out with some detox services. That's going to be a way for you to stand out, and also for you to show your customers again that you're listening, and for you to just show up for them and have them know that you're anticipating those needs. And those are the type of customers that are going to say, hey, you need to follow this person, get in touch with this person. They're going to be recommending you to people. And the last thing that you can do, don't just sell something because you see other people doing it. So many things that people sell are harmful, are full of chemicals, are full of toxins and all kinds of stuff that we aren't even aware of, but we just sell it because we see everybody selling it. You do not want to be that type of person. Be someone that offers something because it's really going to help people. It's really going to benefit them. You do not ever want to be responsible for selling something that people did not need or messing somebody up or whatever. You really want to make sure that you're vetting your products, that you're trying your products. And like I said, invest in what you're doing. Don't just sell something because you see other people doing it. Listen to your community, listen to your customers, listen to yourself, listen to your overall brand, and go by that. Do not just sell something randomly without vetting it and without trying it. That's another way to stand out. A lot of people will just sell a vape with their brand logo on it because everybody vaping now. Why the hell would you sell that if you got a health store? That doesn't even make any sense. Or why would you sell that if you have customers who care anything about their health? So you want to make sure that you're being mindful of the climate, that you're being mindful of what people are actually looking for, and that you're being mindful of who you have looking at what you're selling. Because it's very easy to get people to be like, you know what? I'm going to unfollow this person. I can't believe they're, doing this, or I can't believe they're, selling this. Like, let's say, for example, you're running a business that's supposed to be like non-GMO, and you end up just putting up a popular snack or a popular something that has GMO in it, and your customers catch it before you do. Now you look like a business owner that doesn't really have integrity because you've put yourself in a position where I don't really know if you vet or if you're really being mindful of what you're selling to us. So it's really important to be mindful of those things for yourself. And again, to just be a business owner of integrity and have people that trust you and that they can trust that you're putting out something great. Kind of similar, like I mentioned, to when you're trying to be an influencer and you want those people in your audience to trust you. But yes, guys, those are a few different ways that you can stand out in business, from selling things to working with clients as a service provider to trying to attract partners as an influencer or content creator, all the way down the line to trying to connect with customers as a business owner. So I hope this video had some good points for you guys and some some good tips. I kind of just rambled. I didn't really have many notes, so I hope that this was helpful. Let me know how you guys feel about it, and if there's some things that you're going to be implementing or some things that made you think a little bit differently as you're going to be moving forward. I appreciate y'all as always, and I love you guys. Make sure you check down below in the description box to book your business services. Follow the Business Coaching Instagram at Fruitful You Coaching on there, and I will see you guys next time. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Have a good one. Bye, guys. Bless.